If anything might be able to salvage the MCU from the wreckage of the MSHEU, it's two guys who helped make it great in the first place. But if there's anyone who could ruin that, it's Kevin Feige. Hello, I'm Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been dying a slow and painful death for several years now. Since the Infinity Saga effectively ended the MCU and ushered us into the MSHEU, Marvel has gone from an evergreen franchise that people rush to the theater for to something that people roll their eyes at when it pops up on Disney+. But Kevin Feige, the architect of the MSHEU, has a plan to make things right. He's brought back the Russo brothers, the men who brought us incredible films like Captain America the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. Surely with all them back in the saddle, Marvel can't possibly fail. Right? Let's find out on Tooneytown TV.
So, one big thing we have to talk about, probably one of the biggest stories to come out of entertainment in the last week, is the big return. The Russo brothers are in talks to direct the next two Avengers movies. I never thought I'd see the day. Marvel is clearly desperate. But, you know, this is Hollywood Reporter, so they're not going to talk about why the Russos are being brought back, but you'll see. Joe and Anthony Russo are assembling a team once again. The Russo brothers are in early talks to return to Marvel Studios to direct not one, but two Avengers movies, sources tell the Hollywood Reporter. The hiring ends a month-long high-stakes search for the studio for filmmakers to oversee the 56 Avengers movies. Multiple names were in contention, including Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy, that was who I had heard was going to do it, who was offered the gig. Sources say the talks are in early stages. The move also marks a homecoming for the Russos, who jumped from the world of TV comedy on shows like Arrested Development and Community to blockbuster movies a decade ago with Captain America the Winter Soldier. In total, he directed four of Marvel's biggest and best-regarded movies, going on to helm Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and combined, their Marvel films have grossed $6.681 billion, with Endgame standing as the number 2 movie of all time globally with $2.79 billion. Really should be the number 1 movie of all time, but James Cameron decided to play dirty and re-release Avatar again. In the years since, they've become mega producers. I mean, they have not been doing anything in the years since. They've been doing Netflix stuff.
And it's been generally pretty bad.
Yeah. So, the Russos are back. This could be exciting. But, panel, let me float this. It was also very exciting when we first heard that Russell T. Davies and David Tennant were coming back to Doctor Who. So, I think we lost Lorn.
See, Lorn! Yeah, to me, I think you hit it right there in the opening, Marvin. To me, this feels beyond desperate. This is, yes. Oh man, we haven't had a win. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We need anybody. We got to go back to our big guns to get people to come in. So you go get the Russos who've done it before. And yeah, we know there are rumors about RDJ coming back, and those rumors were pretty strong that he's coming back. So to me, my reaction isn't even as strong as ooh, this could be cool. To me, I just go, you guys are you're spiraling at this point. You still have no plan. You guys are, what are the Russos going to do? They're not going to magically, the Russos are good directors, sure, but they have to work with the hands they're dealt with. And the hands they've been dealt are Wakanda Forever, Shang-Chi, the Marvel. That's not a really good. They basically, instead of getting the big tub of Legos with all the pieces like they got with the first Avengers, they got the tub of Legos from the daycare that's been open for 8 years, and 90% of the pieces are missing. There's some Duplo blocks in there. There's a crayon. You don't know why there's a crayon in there. Somebody didn't know what they were doing. That's what they have to work with at this point.
Who wants to watch an Avengers movie of Captain Marvel, Falcon, Captain America, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Ironheart. Oh boy,
Ironheart, dude. Yeah, I was for someone who has suffered through many a bad Avengers lineup. This is worse than the Dr. Druid, Photon, Black Knight,
Ooh.
Captain America, and the brown vest energy shield. And we don't know what color we want Vision to be this week. Lineup and
the 1992 lineup. Yeah,
this is brutal. This is brutal. As we know why the Russos ran screaming at the end of Infinity War after. Well, how about we kill the big three before the main fight starts, and then Captain Marvel can come save the day?
Was that what was pitched?
That's what Kevin Feige wanted. This is everything.
That is what he wanted. Yeah.
Yes, is what
I had never heard that.
He wanted Thor and Iron Man to be killed by Thanos almost immediately, and then Captain America is fighting the fight on his own, and then he dies, and then Captain Marvel shows up. And they were like, "This is insane. We can't do this."
What is
that's why that whole sequence at the end, where they have that awesome moment where they team up, just the three of them against Thanos, and then for some reason Iron Man and Thor are just gone. It goes down to the Cap fight, and that's when he breaks his shield or whatever. That's left over from that. You can see all of the pieces sort of in the movie still.
Can I present a question to the panel? Just a simple question. Is Kevin Feige insane?
Yes.
Yes.
Here. Kevin Feige is a grifter who got very lucky. He walked into a job. John Favreau did all the heavy lifting.
He really did.
Of it. Then they said, "Hey, you're done working for Avi Rad? Come take this thing that he took a cake that was already baking and just put icing.
You made this?
Well,
I made this.
And don't underestimate
icing on it, and then took all the credit for it. And
don't underestimate how important Ike Perlmutter is in this.
Oh yeah, that's
being a guy who knew how to control costs, deliver
Budgets.
these movies for a good price.
We're looking at a near $1 billion budget for Falcon 2 or Falcon 1, whatever we're calling this next movie.
This movie has to make $8 billion to break even.
It's disaster.
I'm so glad they didn't put Saban in charge of this movie.
I'd watch that.
It might have turned a profit.
Yeah, and the trailer didn't do that much for me. I'm like,
no.
I'm okay.
Especially now, in light of everything going on in the world, that trailer is bad timing.
That was unfortunate, but yeah, that. Even nothing in that trailer did it do anything for anybody? Red Hulk, who cares? Oh,
Harrison Ford is Harrison.
Who cares?
Not
Harrison
Ford. Why wouldn't
Harrison Ford? Harrison Ford makes me actively not enjoy things anymore when I see him in it. Not because of him. I love Harrison Ford. He's an awesome actor. He's a great guy, but he is always talking about how he hates acting. He's like, I don't want to do this. I hate these movies. Why am I here? And I'm like, if you don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. And it always makes it really hard for me to get hyped when he's around.
That's why I never will watch the
curmudgeon Harrison Ford.
Lorn, you missed it. We started talking about the Russos coming back to direct Avengers 5 and 6. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a good move? Do you think that this is too little too late?
As to the Russos, I wasn't actually all that surprised that they came back. I know that they wanted to be involved with Secret Wars if they were ever going to do that. And I think that's probably the only way that show is going to work. But I think it's also dependent on whoever the writing team is. Can they get the writing team that they worked with back? If they can do that,
bingo,
maybe they can turn this thing around. If they can't, I don't know. I think Marvel's way down in the toilet right now, and I don't know. I guess time will tell. Let's see what they try and put together.
They can't. We made that Blade announcement over 5 years ago, and we are no closer to this. You will see Jesus riding a polar bear fighting a dragon before you see this Blade movie. Apparently,
I'd watch that movie.
I would do.
But
I'm 100% on board. What Magic the Gathering expansion is that?
Why is it so hard for them to just write a Blade movie about Blade?
Because they're overthinking it. They're not, because they are not making movies anymore. To them, they're making products. So you have to think about demographics and messaging and all of this and how does everything work. You're not just going, I want to write a cool story about this. You're going, how do I reach this demo and how do I, get these advertiser bucks and how do I abide by this standard? And so that's why they're like, oh, what the hell do we do? I don't freaking know. You have Mahershala Ali's lawyer coming out and being like, this has never happened to us.
What if Shaft
it's
had a
not
samurai
even that. It's not even that.
there you go.
It's that we're in the era of toxic masculinity. They cannot allow Blade to be cool.
No, I missed the era of toxic masculinity. We got Commando.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
we got the original Blades.
I watch that movie at least once a month, by the way.
They cannot allow Blade to be cool, and if you can't make Blade cool, you can't make Blade.
Especially if it's not going to be Wesley Snipes, because
at this point it might be.
It might as freaking well be.
Actually, that would be a great way to get it made. That would actually draw in the audience.
Well, here's I know that
he's not doing a movie about Blade's daughter either, though.
But that's exactly what I was going to say. So, I know from what we know from leaks and rumors and all that stuff, the original version of this film was not even really a Blade movie. It was a vehicle to introduce his daughter, who would then be the successor and be the MCU's Blade. He literally was showing up for one movie and would go, "Okay, now you're Blade. I'm out of here."
Yeah, and you know what that movie would have been called? Blade.
Yeah, exactly. And you can even see that because Marvel recently, 2 years ago, when the movie should have come out, they did a big push for Blade's daughter as the new Slayer of Marvel. So it is all there. It's just and then there was the point where we had reports where Mahershala Ali, he was pissed. He didn't want to be in this movie. He was like, "This is not what I signed up for. I want this to be badass. You're making me a wiener. What are we doing here?" So I definitely agree. They won't let Blade be cool. And once you go, okay, we have to give Blade some credit, they go, what? Huh? I don't understand. What does that mean? What do you mean Blade? Blade's daughter? Blade's daughter. Blade? Blade's daughter.
That's
exactly
okay, gotcha. It's exactly it.
Before we wrap
there's nothing in my Mrs. Movie Monster used to go to the Marvel movies with me because they were like dude movies that she just liked. She liked the characters. She liked seeing Chris Hemsworth with his shirt off probably. And now, but then when the Marvels came out and I went to see it, I was like, "You want to go see the Marvels?" She's like, "Heck no!" The movie that's made specifically for her is a movie she doesn't want to see, and that you're seeing that constantly with these movies now is that they are marketing it to this female audience that does not exist and does not want it. We saw What If got turned into this ridiculous MSHEU nonsense. It is just non-stop.
The Russos' return is exciting for sure, but they are far from the surefire road to victory that everyone seems to think they are. Remember, this is still the studio that gave us the Eternals, the Marvels, Echo, What If Season 2, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and more. Can it become the studio that gave us Infinity War, Civil War, and Endgame once again? Only time will tell. Thanks for joining us today. Check back every day for more Hollywood news content and full reviews that are coming for the Acolyte finale and Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm going to be away on vacation for the next week or so those reviews might be at the beginning of August. But there will still be daily content on the channel for you all while I'm gone. Make sure you're tuning in Thursday nights at 8 p.m. for Tooney Talk TV, our live stream pop culture podcast. Though there won't be an episode this Thursday the 25th since I'll be away. We'll be back on Thursday, August 1st. Oh, and make sure you subscribe to our pro wrestling channel, Tooneytown Wrestling, and That Game Place, the That Pog Place video game channel, where I'm a regular host. If you like what you saw here today, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon to get notified of new videos as they drop. And tell me in the comments, do you think the Russos have what it takes to turn the MCU around and bring it back to its former glory? From all of us here at the Tooneytown channels, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!